Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the topic that is solubility of drug. Previous video we have to see about the basic concept, basic terminology and basic introduction about the solubility of drug. In that video, in the part 2, we have to see the different types of solubility of drug like gas in liquid, liquid in liquid and solid in liquid. So in the pharmaceutical preparation, generally these three types of the solutions we have to use or prepare in the preparation, that gas in the solid, gas in liquid, liquid in liquid and solid in liquid. So we have to see one by one the solubility of gas in liquid. So in that, the solubility of gas in liquid is the concentration of the dissolved gas in the liquid when it is in equilibrium phase with the pure gas above the solution. So that is solubility of gas in liquid. So examples in the pharmaceutical solutions for the gas in liquid, the carbon dioxide gas, the ammonia water, hydrochloride gas, nitrogen, oxygens, like the gas in liquid we have to go it. In the dosage form based aerosol product, so in that propellant we have to dissolve in that liquid, so gas in liquid. So gas material dissolve in the liquid to form the homogeneous type of the solution. Solubility of gas in liquid, that is depend on the various factors like the partial pressure of gas on the liquid, the temperature, the nature of gas and solvent, the presence of salt like electrolytes, non-electrolytes, chemical reactions. So that one another way that affect the solubility of gas in liquid. What is the application of that solubility of gas in liquid? So widely that used for the pharmaceutical preparation. So preparation of any reagent that we have to use for the synthesis in the chemistry or in the pharmaceutical manufacturing part. So that time we have to require to prepare the reagent. So examples like hydrochloric acid we have to prepare, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, the liquid ammonia, like that. So that the preparation of concentrated reagents, that times we have to use that gas in liquid. Preparation of carbonated beverage, the soft drinks, cold drinks, like that preparation. Solubility of oxygen in blood, so the lungs add the oxygen to the blood and remove the carbon dioxide. So that is depend on the hemoglobin concentration, the solubility of oxygen in blood. The anesthesia that we have to give, so that transportation, that times the gas carries by the blood, so that time the gas in liquid solubility we have to know it. So the important part, the various factors that affecting the solubility of gas in liquid. So the presence of that parameters, that one another way that affect the solubility of gas in liquid, that pressure, temperature, salt, chemical reaction, like that we have to see one by one. So the effect of pressure. So the presence of gas, that presence above the solution, that is play an important role in the gaseous solution. So it change the solubility of dissolved gas in equilibrium with it. So the effect of pressure, that is on the solubility of gas, that is explained by the Henry's law. And Henry's law states that in a very dilute solution at constant temperature, the Henry's law states that the solubility of gas in liquid is directly proportional to the gas above the surface of the solution. Means the directly proportional to the partial pressure of that gas that is above the surface or above the solution at a constant temperatures. So we have to say that C is equal to Kp. So examples. So in that C is the concentration of dissolved gas. Otherwise we have to use S is equal to K into P. So the solubility of that the dissolved gas or the gaseous molecules is directly proportional to the partial pressure of that gas material above the solution, and K is the solubility coefficient, otherwise we can call the Henry's constant. So the concentration of dissolved gas is proportional to the partial pressure of that gas above the solution at the equilibrium, and partial pressure of gas is equal to, I can find out, so total pressure above the solution minus the vapor pressure of that solvent. So you have to find out the partial pressure of that gas. So if the solubility measurement is based on the mole fraction, previously we have to say based on the partial pressure, so mole fraction of that gas in the solution. So the Henry's law states that the partial pressure of the vapor phase is proportional to the mole fraction of that gas in the solution. So the concentration of the dissolved gas depends on the partial pressure of that gas, that we have to see in that Henry's law. So if the partial pressure is low, then the concentration of gas present in that solution is also less, because directly proportional. If partial pressure is increasing, so the amount of gas dissolved in liquid or in the solvent also increasing. So best example for that is the soft drink, cold drinks like that. So the soda bottle is there, so it's placed at a high pressure. It maintained or compressed in the container with the high pressure of CO2 gas, carbon dioxide gas, before the sealing. So when the cap is, we have to go for the open for the bottle, so it open the pressure, release the pressure above the liquid. It is reduced to the 1 atmosphere. And the effervescent, we have to see bubbles of that CO2 gas, effervescent of bubbles, we have to see it in that bottle. So that the CO2 that dissolves in that liquid, that is released when we have to open that container, because they have to seal or fill with the high pressure. So dissolves in the soda, so soda fizzes and release the CO2 gas. So the Henry's law apply to increase the solubility of CO2 in the drinks. Hence, the law is applicable under some conditions that we have to apply for the limitation of that Henry's law, that is, there is no chemical reactions between the gas and the solvent. So we have to apply that. There is no chemical reactions, any type of reaction between the gas molecules and the solvent. Gas should not undergo dissociation in that solvent. That is second condition. Third condition, the pressure of that gas is not too much high and temperature is not too much low, and the solubility, gaseous solubility also slightly soluble in that solvent or liquid phase that require. So that Henry's law is applicable. Second factor, that is effect of temperature. So previous we have to see the very much important factor, that is pressure. It directly proportional to the partial pressure. So increase the partial pressure, the solubility of gas in liquid increasing, decrease the partial pressure above the liquid, so that also decrease the solubility of gas in liquid. In the temperature, so the effect of temperature plays the important role on the solubility of gas in liquid. So as the temperatures in the liquid is rise or increasing the temperature, so solubility of gas in liquid go for the decreasing. So because of due to the greater tendency of that gas for the expansion to expand, so more gas is present in solutions with a lower temperature. So if we reduce the temperature, so more amount of gas is present or dissolved in that solution to compare with the higher temperature. If we increase the temperature, so less amount of gas molecules is present in that liquid or solution. So reason for this, so So increase the temperature, that cause increase the kinetic energy, and higher the kinetic energy, that cause the more motion in that molecules, so which break the intermolecular bond and escape from that solution, that expansions are there. So as a pharmacy peoples, we have to know about the basics, the effect of temperature on the solubility of gas and liquid. So cohesions in the opening the container, examples, the cohesion in opening the container of that gaseous solution in the warm climate, high temperature, and other conditions of elevated temperature. So we have to take the precautions before the opening the container. It should be immersed or deep into the cold water or ice or low temperature for some times to reduce the effect of temperature and pressure of that gas. Otherwise it go for the expansion. So that's why we have to take the precautions of that. So that is the effect of temperature. I mean, increase the temperature, it decrease the solubility of gas in that liquid. Next factor, that is the presence of salt or effect of salt. So the solubility of gas in liquid is decreased if the solvent is not a pure one. It means if the solvent contains some salt molecules, so then the sum of the molecules of the solvent or liquid are already occupied or engaged to dissolve that salt. Means intensity of that solvent molecules towards the salt molecules, so that engage with that. So that's why that decrease the solubility of gas in liquid. So here we can see that addition of that salt, like electrolytes NaCl and some non-electrolytes polar nature like sucrose, to the gaseous solution. So it induces the liberation of gaseous from the solution. So that is phenomena that is called as a salting out, the effect of salting out. So when highly water soluble salt is added to the liquid, we have to see that NaCl, sucrose, like that. So highly water soluble highly polar salts is added to the liquid that's saturated with the gas. The solubility of gas in that particular water is reduced, and consequently gas is released. We have to say that it liberate or release the gas from the solution or liquid. So that is the effect of salting out. So already we have to say that due to the attraction of that salt ions or the highly polar electrons for the water molecules, and that the reduction of that aqueous environment that adjusts to the gaseous material. Other than that, the last one, the effect of the chemical reactions. So in general, the gaseous are slightly or sparingly soluble in liquid. The highest solubility of some gas in water is attributed to their chemical reaction. So the chemical reaction between the gas and the solvent, so we have to not apply the Henry's law, the reactions are there. But the chemical reaction between the gas and the solvent that increase the solubility of gas in some extent. The example, the hydrochloride gas is 10,000 times more soluble in water than the oxygen in the water. So that is the effect of chemical reaction on the solubility of gas in liquid. The second one, that is solubility of liquid in liquid. So it is very common as compared to solubility of gas in liquid in the pharmaceutical preparation. We have to widely use the solubility of solid in liquid and liquid in liquid. So it is very common for two or more liquids which are mixed together. So we have to prepare the preparation of any pharmaceutical solution. So the knowledge of the solubility of liquid in liquid is very important. So we have to know about. So therefore, the need to know what liquids can be mixed together without precipitations. So here the examples, we have to see the hydroalcoholic solutions, we have to prepare aromatic waters, the elixir, the spirits. So like that various preparations are there that we have to require the knowledge of the solubility of liquid in liquid. Solubility solutions can be, we have to already previously we have to see that ideal or real solution. So liquid systems can be categorized further. So generally you can see that the two liquid can be completely miscible. That terminology we have to use. Partially miscible, and the third one we have to use sometimes that is practically immiscible. Generally we have to see in here completely miscible and partially miscible. So completely miscible means that the two liquid mix uniformly in all the proportion. They are not go for the separation, any layer we have to see separations out. Example, the ethyl alcohol and water, benzene and toluene, like that, the carbon tetrachloride benzene. So these are the examples for the complete miscible. So that mix uniformly in all the proportions, not go for the separation. Partially miscible. So partially miscible means the liquids that form two immiscible liquid layers, each of which is a saturated solution of the one liquid in the other. Such liquid pairs we can generally call as a conjugated liquid pairs. So partially miscibles, the example, water, phenol, ether and water, nicotine, water. So like that the examples for the partially miscible. So here we can use the terminology miscibility, that is refer to their mutual solubility of the component in liquid system. Sometimes practically immiscible we have to use. So as such there is no liquid pairs which can be completely immiscible in that case. But it is used practically immiscible, means example chloroform water. So that is not completely immiscible, but practically immiscible, means we have to go for the 1 ml of, example suppose 1 ml of chloroform, that we have to use more than 200, 300 ml of water at room temperature. So that go for the miscibles, like that we have to go for that. For example of practically immiscibles like the chloroform water, benzene water, that is immiscibles, carbon tetrachloride water, benzene alcohols. So these are the examples for that. So you have to see the two liquid systems can be completely miscible, partially miscible, or maybe practically immiscibles. So completely miscibles, polar, semipolar solvent such as water, alcohol, glycerins, glycerin, alcohol and acetones. So there are the examples for that completely miscibles. Already we have to see that mix in all the proportions. So adhesive force between different molecules, that also in AB, that is greater than the cohesive force between the like molecule A and the BB. So that wise go for the complete miscible. Non-polar solvent such as benzene and carbon tetrachloride are also complete immiscibles. So non-polar solid in non-polar solvents like this or like. These liquids are miscible because the broken attractive force in both the pure liquids and re-established in that mixture. Partially miscibility. So mutual solubility of partially miscible liquids being affected specifically with the temperature. So it is a temperature specific is affected. So by the change in the temperatures, their miscibility or the solubility is also altered. So when we have to increase the temperature, so it increases the solubility of that one liquid into that other part. So that temperatures we can call the conjugated temperatures. So the partially miscible liquid pair can be converted to completely miscible pair by rising the temperature. So that is the approach. So certain amount of water, ether, example water, phenol mix, two liquid layers are formed, each containing some of the other liquid in the dissolved state, saturated. That is the partial miscibility. So here cohesive force of the constituent of the mixtures are quite different, like water and hexane. So A is greater than the BV, like that. So that already we have to see the mutual solubility is influenced by temperature. We have to increase the temperature, so it converts into the homogeneous single phase forms are there. So we have to see the examples for that. The phenol water system, the example for partially miscible liquid. So when two partially miscible liquids are mixed together and shaken together, So we get the solution of different composition. So initially, so when equal volumes of phenol and water we have to agitate, mix or second together, so two layer is formed. As per the we have to see the partial miscible liquid definition. So two layer we have to form. So one layer is a solution of water in phenol and the second layer is a solution of phenol. So it is a one layer of that water is dissolved in the phenol and phenol is dissolved in the water parts. So that two solutions are called the conjugative solution. Now we have to rise the temperature, increase the temperature. So the water concentration in phenol layer and the phenol concentration in the water layer go for the increasing, go for the rise. Then the composition of the two conjugated solution become nearly same. So at a fixed temperature, the composition of each solution is fixed and both the solution are in a equilibrium phase. So above the particular temperature, so we go to for the rise in the temperature. So at specific temperature, above that, the such solution are completely miscible, which is in all the proportion. So two layer disappear and single homogeneous layer or phase is obtained. So such a temperature that is known as a critical solution temperature, that's CST, or also we can call it the upper consulate temperature. So is the temperature above which the mixtures of any concentration are miscible completely. All the proportion of that mixtures, any proportion concentration we have to use, that mixed in all the proportion, all miscibly completely. So in the phenol water system, in case of the phenol water system, that temperature that is 66.8. Above that temperature, that are miscible in all the proportion, and below that partially miscibility we have to see. So that is the concept of partially miscible liquid, the CST. So that convert into that single or homogeneous phase. Second example that we have to see the triethylamine water system. So in this case, in some case liquid pairs, the solubility may increase as the temperature is decreased. So the opposite of the previous concept in phenol water system, we have to increase the temperature, so increase the miscibility or solubility parts. But here in that triethylamine water system, we have to reduce the temperature, so it increase the liquid solubility. So and this system will exhibits a lower consulate temperature. So in previous phenol water system, we have to find out upper consulate temperature. We have to increase the temperature, so it makes upper the temperature where the mixtures of all the proportion go for the miscible parts. So here the lower consulate temperature we have to get. So below which the two liquids are soluble, miscible in all the proportion. In phenol water, above that temperature, all the proportions are in a miscible form. But here in these systems, the lower the consulate temperature, so below the temperature, the two liquids are soluble in all the proportion, and above which that is in a two layer. So here we have to see it. We have to reduce the temperature, so it increases the solubility of triethylamine in water. So it create the one phase. Above that temperature, it is in a two layer parts are there. Next example for that, the nicotine water system. So there is a third possibilities are there. Previous one we have to see increase the temperature, solubility increase. Reduce the temperature, also solubility increase. That examples we have to see. Here we have to see a few mixtures that show both the upper and lower consulate temperature. In phenol water, we have to see upper consulate temperature. Triethylamine water, we have to see the lower consulate temperature. In nicotine water system, we have to see both the condition, both the phase are the upper and lower consulate temperatures with an intermediate temperature at particular region in which the two liquids are only partially miscible. So in that particular temperature, upper consulate temperature, above that it is in a one phase, below consulate temperature it is in a one phase, but intermediate temperature it is two phase, means in the two phase partially miscible. So for that, the temperature that is the upper consulate the 210 approximately, and the lower concentrated temperature is 61. So below 61 it is soluble in all the proportion, means in a single phase, one phase. Above 210 it is also in all the proportion, it go for the soluble form, so it is in one phase. In between 61 to 210 the system will be in a two phase, partially miscible. So that is the knowledge of the liquid in liquid, the solubility of liquid in liquid. And the final exhibits the four possibilities are there. Example for that, the ethylene water system. So that this type of, in this liquid system exhibit no critical solution, no constitutive temperatures for the pair, as neither the upper or nor the lower constitutive temperatures are there, and it shows the partial miscibility in all the conditions, all the temperature, all the proportion, entire range of the temperatures at which the mixture exits. So they don't have a constitutive temperature, they are partially miscible at any temperature. So it is in a two phase, two layer systems are there, no a single or homogeneous phase we have to find out in that ethyl ether water system. Next, the effect, the factor in that, the effect of the third substance or influence of that foreign substance, addition of that. So that is the addition of the substance to a binary liquid system that produce the tertiary system. So one having a three component pair. So the addition of substance to the conjugated liquid system that produce the tertiary system. So that is three component systems are there. So addition of that third component to the pair of partially miscible liquid so as to produce the solution. So here the examples are there, water, phenol, acetone, like that, water, castor oil, alcohol, like that. So if the added material is soluble, the condition is there, if the added material is soluble in only one of the two component or one of the two liquids, or if the solubility in two liquids are markedly different, so in one case higher, one in lower solubilities are then two component, so the mutual solubility of the liquid pair is decreased when we have to add the third substance. So for the examples, so 0.1 molar naphthalene that is added to the mixture of phenol and water, so it dissolves only in the phenol part and rise the constitutive temperature about 20 degrees Celsius. Another, if we have to use 0.1 molar KCl is added to the phenol water mixture and it dissolves only in the water because their solubility is only in the one component. Previous one naphthalene in the phenol part and for the KCl in the for the water part. So it rises the constitutive temperature of 8 degrees Celsius like that. But if addition of that material and their solubility is only one component of the two liquids, so it decreases the mutual solubility. So when the third substance is soluble, suppose possibility is there, when the third substance is added, is soluble in both the liquids, roughly both the liquids parts are there. So to some extent the mutual solubility of the liquid pair is increased. Previous condition we have to see if the addition of the third substance is soluble in only one liquid of the two component, so it decreases the partial miscibility or mutual solubility of that pair. But if here in the condition if third substance we have to add and that is soluble in both the liquids, so that may be increase the mutual solubility of the liquid pair. So this process is called as a blending. So blending, so it is increase the mutual solubility of two partially miscible solvent by the adding of foreign or another substance, addition of the third substance. So for that the example, the addition of succinic acid to the phenol water system. Previously we have used naphthalene and the KCl, but their solubility in naphthalene in phenol and KCl in water, so that decrease the partial or mutual solubility of that pair. But here addition of succinic acid to the phenol water, so the succinic acid have a solubility in both the liquids. So it is soluble or completely miscible in water as well as the phenol. So therefore it caused the blending effect and that increase the partial miscibility of that liquid pairs into that, convert into their one phase system, homogeneous phase system. So that is the effect of influence of that foreign substance. So here we have to see or discuss about the solubility of gas in liquid and which are the factors that affecting the gas in liquids. And second, we have to see the solubility of liquid in liquid and the other factors that affecting the solubility of liquid in liquids. In the next video parts, we have to see the solubility of solid in liquids. Thank you.